off the Tigreal. You can make that work. We'll see if they can. We're hearing the sounds of the Land of Dawn here. Again, it's a match point here between AP Bren and Homebois. AP Bren getting that game number 1. We'll see if Homebois' draft here can pull them through to a game 3 ahead of us. But already, wow, Nets getting poked down quite a bit here.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the first few times that we're going to be seeing a lot of these new picks coming through here. Super Barco also pretty low here, but this is what we expected in the jungle, right? Like a lot of pressure from Ogwen, a lot of pressure too from Sword. But at this point, right, he has to keep the nets in check here. He really needs that assistance in the golden, especially if you're going up against a Brody. But the AP Bren here, they find Chibi, who's taking a lot of the damage here. Wow! And that's gonna be first blood being pulled in here by AP Bren.
Remember when I was saying, you know, she's great, but it's a risk as well. Even if she's banned constantly, like, you still have to be able to have a relatively safe start to get where you need to be. And then, you know, your damage is going to show up. But look at Ogwen. He's going to be doing exactly what you expect a Hilda to do, and that's live in the enemy jungle, right? As much as possible, gain that distraction and just be there. Yeah, you can always regen in the bushes as well, and that's what he's going to be going for. They'll fight out for that crab, and with that, so again, the first blood being drawn over here by AP Bren, and the fact that it went in the hands of Kyle Teasy gives him that small, you know, minor edge, right, in terms of the jungle matchup. Because the great thing about it, Kyle Teasy can be like, you know what, Ogwen, go do your thing. Go invade the jungle, make Chibi's life hell for now, and I will roll around, literally. I'll get these objectives, I'll farm up, and I have a heart guard available from few. So that's what's happening here.
Oh man, that's not gonna be easy. And I actually thought that Olga's gonna have like a sprint there just to get out of the situation. But you know what? While all of that is happening, right? Like Chibi just turned level 4 while Kyle Teasy has been taking away all the resources here on the side of Homebois. And Owen hasn't even left the jungle camps here on the side of Homebois. I think this is gonna keep up even until the end of the game, just not letting this joy of Chibi farm anything at this point.
Yeah. So much support has to come from Homebois here for Chibi. And that's the downside of picking a Joy that is kind of reliant right now. And that's what you see AP Bren do it. So if they can pressure,
yeah, hard guard onto Flap Teasy. He's gonna be safe for now. He's got the shields too. It's gonna be a magic damage. Angela coming through. Ogwen right now forced to use the flicker out to safety. And still no pickoffs here for the side of Homebois. But you see the swing of resources from the side of Homebois. They immediately all went to respond. Actually, all of them, I think. Not Chibi is going to have a hard time here. Like, everybody has to kind of answer out to Owen here at this point. He has just been camping out in the bushes, going for the pokes, and all the ultimates are going to be invested into him. He's going to be taking a lot of the damage, and that's going to be the first kill picked off here from the side of Homebois. Electrifying beats as well, but they're not going to get more here.
That was a great call from Homebois, especially from Zorn, knowing that, hey, Ogwen already used his flicker earlier, right? Like, if we can catch him, especially having the ultimate available and everything else, like, the implosion is going to keep him there, you know, and then you push him back and work around it. So now, but still, Kyle Teasy, he's going to go for the pressure.
Oh man, the Sword have the ultimate here. Kyle Teasy's going to be soaking up the damage. But you know what? This is why AP Bren's so confident. You got the hard guard. You can just create chaos here in the jungle, pandemonium in the jungle. You got the hard guard available. Ogwen's gonna be able to escape that one, and AP Bren still exert so much pressure, making sure that Chibi does not get anything at this point. Like, even to the point, like, it's not just Ogwen, it's even Kyle Teasy going all the way in, knowing that the hard guard is gonna be available for them to be protected.
We'll see. Hard guard is secured here for Udil, but I'm not sure if they actually want to go for this.
Wow.
Oh, Zorn.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of the damage from Flap Teasy. They got the hard guard for themselves too. But look at this.
Wow, Chibi got it.
Gonna take in that turtle. Steal from their side, and it's gonna go to the side of Homebois this time. Nice bounce back though here for the side of Homebois. They definitely need it because AP Bren has been such a menace here in the jungle. Chibi hasn't been able to farm well. I mean, you can't farm well. Look at how Owen has been trying to make sure that Chibi doesn't get anything at this point. And so far, 5 minutes in, it's still AP Bren leading this time. Quite a different take this time. It's usually Homebois actually taking the lead.
Yeah, this is big, though. The 5-minute mark now. Big item pickups. Necklace of Durant secure. There's an implosion again.
Onto
Ogwen's out.
Ogwen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as I was saying, big item pickups here for Homeboys. Necklace of Durant's Blade as well. Kyle TZ. Okay, he's still going to put pressure here. Super Marco there now to help him out.
Yeah, he's also going to be poking in the side of Homeboys here. We haven't seen so much of the gold lane matchup just yet. We've seen Nets actually being safe and sound. All of the action is actually in the jungle side here of Homeboys. 16k for the side of AP Bren. I'm looking at Kyle TZ here and Chibi. So far, he has caught up to Kyle TZ. Even Owen's taking a lot of, or actually is dishing out a lot of damage here up against the Homeboys.
Yeah, that's tough. Again, okay, that's not going to connect either from Sapat. So there's so much back and forth here going, but the biggest thing is AP Bren still playing around on the macro level, guarding themselves still to lead. And they want this turret, but Kyle TZ.
Owen
okay, he
flickering out
flickers
too.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. So every time you think they're going to break out, this lineup that AP Bren has is very good at getting these resources out from Homeboys and kind of just playing around that, right? Like they're tanky enough, they're able to have enough mobility to get out of here. That's one great thing about Hilda. But Homeboys,
Yeah. Slap TZ again though. He does have the heart guard here, gonna be able to sustain him. Oh, there's the flicker in from Udil, but it's not able to get anything. Flap
Wow.
TZ still survives there.
What?
With 1 HP of health. And the turn's gonna be taken in here by AP Bren. Wow.
I'm surprised he even survived that. So it looks like they're going to go rotate down bottom to put the pressure now on Homeboys.
Yeah, wow. Zorn gonna be the focus here on the side of AP Bren. They got a hard guard here to save him in time too. But Kyle TZ and the rest of the gang, they know what to do. They want to get in this tower, and you see how they're cutting the minions here over to the side so that Super Marco can actually push. Zorn is really low, and Owen gonna go all the way in and take him down, and that's gonna be one less problem for the side of AP Bren.
Oh my
It's not
goodness, it's
stopping,
not
though.
going to end here.
Yep, Nets gonna take it. Just gonna get chunked down here by Kyle TZ. He's only gonna be chunking him down real low, forcing him to back away. And wow, just like that, 7 minutes in, we're actually heading into the first Lord of the game.
Yeah, this is very different from the previous game, Kim. I mean, there's so much action between every single lane at this point, plus the jungle. So a minute before that Lord comes up, and this is always, like I said, this is the time AP Bren might look for some play, and it looks like they're getting in position for that.
Kyle TZ too. Again, they're not gonna let Chibi take anything right now. Even the jungle kids are not safe from the side of AP Bren, and I think for the side of Bren, AP Bren, they know exactly what to do, right? Like, just take away the jungle caps of the Joy, and if you've seen, like, Chibi hasn't been able to, you know, pop off like every Joy has, right? And even at this point, he can go, Baptiste can go head-to-head with him. Actually, making him pop that electrifying beats very early on as AP Bren. They're getting in the map control too, while everybody is busy trying to either take down Owen or take down even Kyle TZ.
Kim,
And
there
just
it
like
was.
that, Super Marco
It's
able
on
to
point
take
every
everyone
single
down
time.
just like that.
Before
Yeah.
the 9-minute mark, before the Lord spawns, they get a kill. And just like I said from the previous game, that's what happens. They spawn it out. Now the question is, do they actually just commit to this Lord? And does Homeboys actually want to commit to actually keeping the fight here for it? It looks like being down Zorn, I mean, he did just come up, but it's going to be too late by the time he even gets there. So they just give this up. And that's what I always say is about the timings of AP Bren is like clockwork. They go for it if they can, and now they have this play.
Ogwen again distracting everybody. They're not going to go for more here, but Conceal has been popped here by Homeboys. I'm looking at AP Bren this time. They are very early, actually, as compared to what we usually known them to do, right? Like, they popped out pretty early, and just like that, even Owen there can't be taken down. And to think that they don't really... They're building this Angela to be a magic damage Angela. Kyle TZ going to be checking up the
Splap.
damage to Passance. has been casted here. Flapteasy as well, zoning everyone all the way back to the turret here. They still have to address that Lord that's marching in on the top side here. Homeboys just have a lot to deal with here right now. Not just Owen, right? They got the Lord. They have to defend their towers here. 10 minutes in, what do they need to do? Like, Zorn has been using all of his implosions onto one hero, which is actually either Owen or Kaltizi at this point.
Might take one of those miracle plays, miracle implosions, if Zorn can pull it off. He does have the flicker available, so they're going to deal with the Lord right now on the top side. Net's there alongside Sapat. We'll see if they can deal with it just fine. AP Bren, though, they're going to be knocking on the base. That's what they're going to do with these turrets as they make their way down the mid lane as well. They might just be happy getting the tier 1s and tier 2s cleared out, right? They cleared it out. They're happy with that. They've garnered themselves quite a lead, though, here. That's one of the big things because they got the 6 turrets. They now have about 8,000 gold on top of Homeboys. Homeboys, despite them actually having some decent setup potential and whatnot, they have no space to work with. Look at Ogwen.
Yeah, Ogun just goes... At this point, like, even Few, though, knows that he has to invest the hard guard here. In the Clash's sword. Yep, he's gonna tug Kaltizi all the way in, gets the implosion onto him. Hard guard gonna be used onto him. Zorn really low, and Super Marco picks up the kill. 7 kills for AP Bren. They just know how to dance around here with Homeboys, knowing that Zorn's gonna eventually invest in that implosion, right? At this point, like, I only noticed it's Flapteasy that has the Purify, so the rest of AP Bren has those flickers, so they're not even worried about Zorn at this point, right? Not unless, you know, you can catch like 5 members here of AP Bren, but at this point, they're just a force to be reckoned with. There's just so much tankiness in the front line, plus Super Marco kind of shredding everyone apart at this point. I'm not so sure what he has right now. We'll be seeing the items later on, but AP Bren, very great start up to mid-game. So let's see if this might kind of be like a Homeboys, you know, flipping in that switch in the late game. Let's see if they can actually do the same thing as AP Bren here at this point.
Well, as we take a look at the items right now, I mean, Zorn already used the flicker. He did not land the implosion. Like, that's not, like, the way he saw it in his head did not happen. So at this point, he's got to somehow make it happen, right? Because even if he's able to pull it off, let's say he does catch a couple with it, whether it's the flicker or not, I mean, you still have to hope that you have enough damage to pull through, you know? And Nets he might need a little bit more time. But right now, that's another Lord in the hands of AP Bren. There's the Malefic Roar for Nets. So it could line up properly if Zorn is able to get it off. And Sepot as well, he could be the one setting things up. So it's 2 for Homeboys to find the set they're looking for. And the hard part about that, again, is getting through the sustainability that AP Bren has, right? The shields, the regen, and everything else. Yes, they have some anti-heal items. I think they do have that necklace of Durance. They got it early on. But it's still tough to deal with this lineup right now from AP Bren. And with the Lord going on the top side, Chibi looks to be next target here.
Yeah, Owen is just not letting up here up against Chibi. And even Kaltizi at this point going to respond to that. Tortoise Poisson has been casted. He's going to be poked down real low. But the problem here is going to be the Lord here. The enhanced Lord for the side of AP Bren. Marching in the side here of Homeboys. They have to defend up against this one.
Yeah, so they lose that turret on the top side. Lord's going to be worked on, though. Look at the back, though. Udiel takes quite a bit of damage just from Flapteasy alone. So right now they hold it together, but AP Bren might want more here. Working on the buffs. Ogwen waiting patiently. Right now, the Homeboy is doing a pretty good job at defending. How long can they continue this on? AP Bren might just get that one turret, though, on the top side.
Oh, there's a lot to take in here for Homeboys, right? Like, they need someone to burst down this tanky front line of AP Bren. Form of Udiel, form of Nets, but they're actually not able to position well, right? Because they got Owen here. They got Kaltizi. Then they got that hard guard to kind of make everyone like back away from all these clashes that Homeboys kind of wants to do. They have all of the tools that they need. They got 2 setup plays here in the form of Zorn and Sepat, but we haven't seen anything just yet, right? And so far, AP Bren has taken in 7 towers already right now. 10k lead for the side of AP Bren.
Yeah, tough to anytime like this is the situation, Burger Kim, like you have to consider like what are the teams what do the teams do? Like, your back is completely against the wall. Yes, you've got some items. Nets, like I said, he's got the, 3 items that he needs for the most part to deal enough damage. But if he gets caught out for some reason or another, it's going to be difficult to actually find those kills they're looking for, right? So when you're this far behind, 10,000 gold is usually that mark where it's like, yeah, this is tough. We have to just kind of sit in our base, hope for the best. Probably not a good idea to contest Lords unless for some reason we have a numbers advantage, right? And so they might just be at the whims of, all right, AP Bren, they're going to control this whole side of the map. They're going to get this next Lord from us. But if somehow we have a miracle defense, that gets us to that first step to like turn things around, right? That's kind of where they are. And we'll see, again, if they actually decide to play around this. I don't think it's a good idea to contest the Lord, even though they're trying to push into this side of the jungle.
Yeah.
It's
way
quickly
too
taken
fast.
care of. Yeah, it's gone. Conceal play comes out, though.
Yeah, AP Bren. Owen gonna try to find someone. It's gonna be Chibi this time. It's gonna take a lot of the damage here, but AP Bren gonna be backing away. They have the Lord on their side. They don't really have anything to worry about. It's gonna march down on the top side. Let's see how Homebois will defend this one. I'm looking at Sword at Sepat at this point. They're the ones who have the setup here, so we're gonna have to wait for that miracle play coming out from both sides, but it's not gonna be easy, right? The solid front line of AP Bren plus the Lord to boot here for their side.
This could be Homeboy's last defense here. They're going to have to keep it together. Heart guard already used.
Kalti's gonna go all the way in. There's gonna be the Turtles Basan. Sword's gonna try to find someone, unable to take anything. Flap Teasy zoning Nets all the way from the backside. And I think Homeboys, they're gonna be able to defend this one successfully, actually. I kind of respect AP Bren at this point. They know that Homeboys has the tools to kind of have that miracle setup, but they're just gonna take in what they can get. All the inhibitors are down here for the side of Homeboys.
So even given the fact that they're so far ahead economically here, AP Bren's still kind of being careful how they approach this. Sepat, though.
Yeah. Sepat, nice tug in there, but they're not gonna go for more. But I think for the side of AP Bren, they might want to commit here. Kaltizi. Okay, they're just gonna be taking in a lot of damage. A lot of the ultimates have been invested just to make sure everybody's alive. I mean, at this point, right, like once you get a takedown onto at least like one person on either side, it could be like a game changer here. Like if Homeboys manages to take one down from the side of AP Bren, they can really set up the play here. But for the side of AP Bren, one down, no inhibitors left here for the side of Homeboys. It's gonna be hard for them to defend.
Oh, Flap. Gonna get pulled.
Yep, Turtles Passants. Kaltizi gonna be taking a lot of the damage. Look at Owen onto Zorn.
Oh, Zorn.
Popping in that immortality. Yeah, he might get taken down here. There's the hard part onto him. And there's Odile. Look at Flap TZ just zoning everyone out. Nice tug in there. Nice, I'm offended by Sepat, but it's not gonna be enough. Look at the mobility. Look at the tankiness here for the side of AP Bren. A lot of the immortalities are taken out. Homeboys doing their very best to defend here. They're getting chunked down here by the side of Super Marco. It's only Odile left to defend here. Up against the side of AP Bren. They got minion waves crashing in too as Kaltizi gonna be stopping in the tracks of Homeboys trying to go for a pick-off, but it's a wipeout. That's gonna be AP Bren locking it in and showing Homeboys why they're the M5 World Champions.